Viki, what?
Please, don't ask me to sit down, all right? If I stop moving, I will crawl clear out of my skin.
Look, if you don't find a way to relax, you're going to wind up back in Landview Hospital. The crisis is over. Now you have to take care of yourself.
After I have seen Megan, Roger, you of all people should understand. I need to see her with my own eyes, and then
Hey, you in here?
Thank God.
Now, easy now.
I'll take it easy.
I think you two people must know this young lady.
Oh, Megan, thank God.
When your mother's through with you, I want a hug, too, before we talk.
Dad, I'm sorry if I worried you.
It's all right. It doesn't matter now. You're home, and you're all right. You look tired.
It's just all the traveling. I need to rest a little, that's all, right, Clint?
Right.
Well, I wish Viki would have had a chance to rest. Unfortunately, she's been worried sick over you.
I'm sorry if I upset you.
Honey, I was afraid that something awful had happened to you, that you were in some sort of terrible trouble.
She's not the only one.
Well, as you both can see, I'm fine.
Well, I'm grateful for that, but you can't just walk in here as if nothing has happened.
Nothing has happened, Dad.
Then why have you been completely incommunicado for the last few days? The one call I did get from you, you treated me like I had the plague.
Roger, why don't we give her a chance?
No, Clint. She went off on her own, blithely doing whatever she wanted to do with no concern for her mother or any of the people back here worrying about whether she was alive.
Dad, please. Don't be angry. I will answer all of your questions. I just can't do it now. I'm exhausted.
Well, join the club.
Roger, I don't think this is the time.
No, Viki, I think it is the time. You've been walking the floor, desperate for some word for your missing daughter. Does that make you feel good, Megan? Does it make you know you're loved because people are worried about you?
No, of course not.
Well, then why are you so thoughtless?
Dad, please.
Roger, that's enough. She's upset. Can't you see that?
What do you think, I don't care? It's precisely because I do care that I want straight answers. I can't help her without them.
Roger, look, if I can put it in my 2 cents, I think what Megan needs right here is to have a moment or two to collect herself.
I couldn't agree more. Maybe you two gentlemen would leave us alone. I'll stay here with Megan.
Look, Vic... Of course.
Roger, I don't know about you, but this cowboy could use something to wash down the trail dust.
Honey, your father didn't mean to give you the 3rd degree, but he has been very, very worried about you.
Yeah, I know.
It's just you and me now. If you want to talk, I sure would like to know what made you leave the hospital so suddenly. What was it, Megan? What happened?
Viki, I can't even think straight right now, not after Dad lit into me that way.
Well, I'm afraid that's partially my fault. You see, after you left the hospital, I became so frantic and worried that I'm afraid it rubbed off on your father a bit.
Well, I know that he cares about you a lot.
No, he wasn't worried about me. He was worried about you. I mean, he's angry with you now because he's worried about you, because he loves you so much.
Yeah, well, I wish he could show his love with a little more understanding. I never meant to frighten you or anyone else. If I had known that it was going to do this to you,
Oh, listen. Now that you are home, I'm going to get better much, much faster. Megan, there's something you're not telling me. Why did you leave the hospital so suddenly?
I just needed to get away for a while.
To Atlantic City, of all places?
Yes, I figured that would be a good place to go. No one would think of looking for me there. I could just sit in the hotel room by myself, order room service, and when I was ready, come back to the world.
It's a very odd reaction, given the shock that you suffered.
What, is there a more appropriate reaction?
No, that's not what I meant. I just meant
Viki,
it was
I did nothing wrong. I admit that I was selfish and thoughtless, and for that, I apologize. But I wish you would stop trying to find some deep, dark motive.
I'm afraid you're a bit on the defensive, as if you had something to hide.
No, I went to Atlantic City to hang out for a few days. Why can't we just leave it at that?
Oh, God, I would like to. Boy, would I like to. I'm afraid I just can't forget the dream I had.
What dream?
I think you are entitled to know the reason for all my anxiety and my concern. After my surgery, I had a dream. I had a terrible dream. It was so real that I totally believed it had actually happened to us.
What, you mean we were in this dream together?
In a way, yes. I was there with Ruby Brite. I was in Mountain View Sanitarium in my dream, and I found you. No, I found Ruby Brite, locked in one of the rooms. You had been accused of murdering Mark O'Dane. I realize it sounds perfectly ludicrous now, but when I woke up from my dream, I was so petrified, and I was so desperate to find you.
You knew, Viki. I don't understand how you knew.
Knew? Knew what? Megan, how I knew what? Megan, say something to me. Is it possible that it wasn't really a dream? Did it happen?
Viki,
Look,
no.
I'm trying to help you, honey. I want to help you. I know the shock that you suffered. Was there more to it than that?
In some ways.
In what ways? Megan, please. Megan, you can trust me. Did you become Ruby Brite?
I don't know why you would think something like that.
Honey, that's not an answer. Megan, I know you're afraid. I can sense it. But you don't have to pretend with me. If there is even a hint of reality in my dream, I know what you are up against.
No, Viki, please.
Megan, please. I battled Nikki Smith for years. I've told you all that. I've told you all the stories, but I beg you to remember that my personality disorder nearly destroyed my marriage and my life, my family, everything.
No, if you're trying to frighten me...
Oh, God, no, no. That's the last thing in the world I want to do. What I'm trying to tell you is that I finally discovered that my worst enemy was not Nikki Smith. It was my own fear. It was my fear that kept me from turning to the people who could help me. I was afraid that they would see my weakness, or what I thought was my weakness, and so I hid my problem until it was almost too late. You can learn from my mistakes.
Viki, you're just making too much out of all of this.
Am I? All right, if I am, then you tell me that it was just a dream. You tell me that Ruby Brite is just a character that you play on a television show, because if she's not, if she is in fact real, I have to know it, Megan. If you've inherited my disorder, you have to tell me. Because you see, we can conquer it, but we have to do it together. Do you understand that, Megan? You have to open up. Ah! Oh.
Viki.
Oh, God.
Viki, you're bleeding.